This is why they like this playstyle. They don't care about early game kills. Why? Because they'll get kills in the late game if they just make it there. And this is exactly what we're seeing right now. They've now eliminated 2 squads and almost a third with FaZe.
Yeah, and it's nice to note that we did see Rambo on the Watson originally earlier on in the Pro League, and we actually see the swap up with Keon now on the Watson instead. So this enables Rambo to play as aggressively as he wants to reposition with the Valkyrie. Luminosity now playing off the low ground. Don't forget who's right behind Luminosity is going to be FURIA. FaZe finally get eliminated. That last rat of FaZe get taken out, and Luminosity are trying to loot up desperately before the guard drop down from the high ground.
Yeah, the point I was going to make earlier with the zone pulling central, I think FURIA and 100 Thieves have the win condition or have best positioning. FURIA needs this badly, more than anyone else. The runner-up team from the ALGS Championships is popping off with 7. Another kill point can be picked up from them. The guard's going to be eliminated at the hands of LG. 3 squads remain. It's 100 Thieves, FURIA, and LG.
His Watson has been practicing the Bangalore over in ranked as he holds the #1 Predator currently in the ranked lobbies, and he's looking to continue on his domination on this Bangalore. They have Pride Rock. They have the natural cover of the rest of the circle. The circle closing in right behind them, and they are unfazed.
Oh, I called his Watson the Prince of Apex, trying to take over from the King and Hal. Right now, it's Simba, the Prince, on top of Pride Rock, as it looks like FURIA is looking to close down this game. Rolling Thunder came through, didn't do a whole lot. 100 Thieves going to reset to full. The smokes will prove helpful. Does FURIA have the digi-threat to help them in his late game? They have the scans with Bloodhound, and here comes the wide left push from Watson. Great plays being made across the board.
Luminosity now playing on the low ground. Currently 100 Thieves getting cracked originally here. The gravity lift elevating that player up on the high ground. They take care of Mizul here. FURIA also losing out on Pandas. 100 Thieves looking fantastic as they close in the gap.
Anmu's gonna get knocked though. It's gonna be a 1v1. No way! LG in a 1v3. It's Jaguares. 1v1 for the bread. And the newest member of this team, Jaguars, is gonna do it. A 1v3 clutch for the win. Welcome to the ALGS Jaguars. Recently picked up by this LG squad.
Gaming had the nice gravity lift to reposition from skills. It was not enough. They went into the open arms of FURIA as the circle closes in right behind them. Their next move is to get into that next circle. Can we talk about the Kraber shots? RKN claiming heads as well from the guard as they're forced to exit out of their little home, but they're still finding more of these Kraber shots.
I mean, hey, that's what you'll love to see. I know we were talking about that switch with Rambo on Valk early on. Well, thankfully, Tom told me that they felt more comfortable with Rambo's competitive experience and be able to play with that aggressive playstyle on the Valkyrie as opposed to Watson, and that this swap, their composition, reflects where their mentals are at the moment. So I'm excited to see kind of how this keeps panning out for them, especially with that Kraber in hand. And we talk about these care package weapons, and one of the ones that we highlighted, it's going to be Scurry's got that Rampage.
Got that Rampage, and you're going to be able to work off the high ground too. 100 Thieves in a very nice spot, but the squads underneath don't have to be too scared because they have the natural rock cover for some safety. Is FURIA about to pull off this res right now? They lost one of their teammates to the hands of RKN and his Kraber, but if they do pull off this res, 100 Thieves isn't going to give up this high ground, so they could actually go uncontested with this.
Oh my gosh, they are going to be able to pull it off. Now if they can just stay alive long enough to make sure that Zara is actually... Oh my gosh, look at the caster curses coming out. Watson's going to fall, but luckily just in the cover. Now my question is, RKN, are you going to line up a Kraber shot and try to shoot Zara out of the air? Can you do it? No, unfortunately it's going to miss, but that would have been absolutely epic, Vicky.
That would have been a flex. That would have been such a flex. He's still trying to land some of these Kraber shots, and 100 Thieves get that knock with the thermite. You can see now FURIA in a lot of trouble, in shambles, absolutely shambolic as the guard look up the missiles from one of the members of Space Station over on the other side. 100 Thieves finally to get involved in the action.
Ooh, and this is where it's going to get incredibly interesting. 100 Thieves currently in second place with 28 points. 3 squads remaining here in match number 2, and 100 Thieves, they have that EMP coming in, and unfortunately it's going to stun them just enough for Anmu to take so much damage. Is going to fall now. Fury and Vaxlin are going to have to keep the dream alive, taking a lot of damage, but the guard having that health advantage, and unfortunately 100 Thieves is going to fall.
They're going to go down, and there's still one last rat from Fury. I believe it's going to be Pandas the Bloodhound, and the guards still have way too much health for Pandas to clutch things out. The guard are your winners for game number 2.
Wow, that was absolutely so clean. I feel like the swap with Rambo on the Valk.
Celos last alive for Oxygen, one of our bubble teams in 22nd or 23rd place that needed to perform today, and not the best start on World's Edge, not looking like it might not be the best finish unless Caselos can do something miraculous here.
You know what squad is looking like they're trying to start and end things off strongly? It's the guard playing right underneath them. A nice Kraber shot coming in from Psycho though, landing onto Vaxel. That Space Station playing off the low ground here too.
Yeah, there you go. Castells just drops immediately to his death. That's it for Oxygen. Out in 6th. Space Station in 5th place right now. My team to watch in today's competition based on how well they did last Pro League day. That's going to be a great missile swarm, and it's going to get the knock. And it looks like 100 Thieves is going to get taken out. It was a tough rotate for them. There's lava in front of them. They had to drop off high ground. And it looks like 100 Thieves is going to be eliminated in 5th. So as it remains, Space Station, the Guard showing consistency, BR Demons, and Slept On, your 4 teams remaining.
Last 4 teams remaining. Space Station on the other side of this wall with a nice perimeter setup for them to contest any of the squads that want to push in onto them. RKN having the white Evo shield. Wonder if that's a shield swap right here or a quick reset. BR Demons, though, have the high ground. We talked about Pride Rock in game number 1. Well, guess what? They stacked rock on rock and now are on top of this big building. Who's going to try to contest them in a space like this? Yeah,
BR Demons with the win condition and with complete control of high ground. The Guards, see you later. 3 squads left, and most of them are Challenger Circuit teams. The BR Demons rotating all the way from Skyhook. They drop from high, and they will actually get melted. Vayne almost goes down, but they do the melting themselves. Aiden works his way back up to high ground, pops the shield bat, and it looks like Vayne's not going to be able to get there, but Reeds is. Here comes the drop. Aiden pushes through. It's a 1v2. Aiden, you got to go huge. No! He will get shut down. Back to Frex, making a 2v1, and Space Station's going to do it. Space Station wins game number 3.
What a way to end World's Edge for Space Station right now. The squads that we had our eyes on for them to perform to the best capability to be in our top 10 in the overall NA leaderboards.
This is exactly right. That's why they were hesitant to take that fight, but ultimately they finally had to. Here we go. Keon and Co are going to take out all members of LG. Yazul goes down first. Last alive. Well, it's going to be Jaguars. He gets taken out as well as Yanya. So the Guard survives this fight. But here comes the additional third party. It's going to be Sentinels, who's actually still alive. They were on low ground. They took out one team just moments ago. And Tech's going to come through with the Mastiff and knock 2.
I cannot believe what I am witnessing. Tech right there on the crypto coming in clutch. It was EMP after EMP, and it's just a war of attrition at this point. We have 4 squads remaining here in match number 4, and now Sentinels have to come out of this building, but I believe one member of the Guard was able to make it out alive. So we do have a Master Splinter Rat in the form of Rambo. You know, luxurious hair, gotta comb it back and begin the rat ability. Oh, man.
Uncharacteristically, Crook missing a couple shots with the Kraber. Still has 6 to his name. TSM's literally just been hiding behind this pillar while all this is happening. The Guard, last rack, going to get taken out. Reps is going to go down. 3 squads remain. You got to think TSM is in the worst position here. It's Sentinels and HEC best poised to win this with HEC on high.
Hey, and they need this. Friendly reminder, they are a free agent, the former team known as Atlanta Premier, and you've got Crook, an absolute slayer in his own right with that Kraber in hand. Hill, the IGL, nestled behind that fence. You've got the Jenny up, you've got the fences, and they can really take control of this situation. But the question is, will Sentinels or will TSM come out on top, or is it going to be HEC?
Yeah, no, it's HEC for free, essentially. Nicely played from them. They rotate earlier. They're the first team there, and HEC is going to do it here in game number 4. A massive game, an important game for them because they weren't in the top 5 in overall standings. And Guard is playing so well today, Vicky.
They're playing so great, and it's not just defensively, it's aggressively as well. And look who's on the high ground right here on top of Pride Rock. It's Luminosity. Come here. I am Mufasa, and Nizul is going to be able to get some of that beamage with the G7 right here. But the 30-30 in the hands of Yanya with that squad playing right underneath them. This leaves 3 squads left in the lobby. We've got C9, Luminosity, and the Guard.
I love how Luminosity's playing this so well. They're heading to swivel. They're turning out, keeping Cloud9 at bay below them, and then turning and getting damage cross map. Doing such a good job multitasking right now is Luminosity. Look at Yanya, this cheeky little spot on the far end of this rock. Little crevice, but not going to be damage he gets. He wanted to see if he could finish that thermite kill. He'll stay on top of this rock and of this position. 3 squads remain, Cloud9, LG, and the Guard.
They have to give up this high ground, though. Looking at Luminosity, it's the Guard that has the God spot in with the circle advantage in their favor. You can see the smoke grenades from Jaguares. He's going to be able to put that down to get out of that line of sight while they close in the gap from rock to rock.
Similar to last game, the Guard, you got to think, has the God spot because Luminosity and Cloud9 are going to be forced to fight here momentarily. So the Guard just has to sit back, play patient, let them fight first, and head glitch. These rocks play with a lot of patience, and ultimately they should win this game. And again, that's a big should, because LG finds ways to pull things out of nowhere, Vicky.
You see the mobile respawn beacon also getting called in by the guard as some makeshift cover. They got the rock over in front of them, the truck to their right, the tree right ahead of them if they want to close in the gap, as well as the mobile respawn beacon for some makeshift cover. The guard have everything to work with. Meanwhile, between C9 and LG, aside from just the rock to their left that they're working off of, there's open ground to little to no cover to work with once that circle closes in to their back. So the guard are just going to have free range over the two squads that are right in front of them.
What I'm curious about here, Vicky, is where's the zone going to be pulling? So nice shot by C9. They're going to try and keep themselves some distance because they know that the guard is just going to easily win this game if they don't. But they'll get taken out on the way there, and Yazul takes out Knocker. That's an early knock. Will they full send and get those 3 kill points and, you know, say, let's just take second place? No, they're going for first. Guess what? That full clean whip's going to come through. The guard gets the other 2, but Luminosity is not going to give the guard a chance to reset or loot. They push up wide left, and here we go. It's a game of arenas. 3 versus 3 for the win.
And Luminosity right now have the advantage to get the first crack onto Rambo. They're going to close in the gap, and the Rolling Thunder getting called in. It's going to get negated by the Watson ult too. You mentioned angles, and look at the way that Luminosity are playing spread out around each side of the rock. The Creeper Barrage manages to knock Rambo.
Aguadis is going to get the first knock on Rambo. Yanya gets the shield swap, and LG does not lose these fights. Keon, see you later. All of the guard eliminated as Luminosity is some way, somehow playing Edge, going to win again. Edge continues to shine.
Last 3 squads here remaining, last 4 squads. Oxygen, Luminosity, TSM, FaZe now coming in. Still FaZe having control over the building. What, the destruction of the Watson ult?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Yanni got scared too. This is like a horror game right now.
Yanya having to be careful. Playing this out as a duo is so scary, especially when you have to play on the outskirts of this building. Oxygen are on the other side here too.
Yeah, so Verhulst and Hal both still alive, as well as reps on high ground here. 4 teams left. What a finish here. LG's been doing such a good job just holding this perimeter of this building as a duo. Anyone that tries to push them, they shut down in their tracks, and they're picking up kill points along the way. Yanya got 2 with the 30-30. Oh my god, gonna melt. 140 damage. I think that's on Oxygen. And here's what they want to do. They want to start this fight. They don't want to finish it. They want to initiate a fight between all 3 of these teams because they're a team of 2, and they're doing such a good job of trying to do exactly that.
And they also have loot to work with. With these 2 death boxes at their feet, they have shield swaps, they have shields for days, they have all the ammunition, and I also very much agree with the double card. That weapon loadout goes crazy. Here you have Yanya, though, who is a heavy fragger, who's going to be able to pop the shield back, go 1-on-1. They note that there's still that squad that's right above them. If this squad drops down right behind Luminosity, they could be in a really tough position for any of the squad that wants to get involved in a third party.
1,300 damage right now for Yanya, formerly known as Ganjaman, the player that took the world by storm in Split 2 of last year's Pro League with some insane plays. We'll see if he can turn that 1,300 into 2,000. Something tells me at the end of this game, if he can make it, he will. TSM on high ground. Personally believe they have the win condition here. TSM with a great opportunity to go from 10th place coming into this to a potential top 5 finish. I mean, Space Station, Sentinels, slept on, BR Demons, 100 Thieves are all out. And TSM had 23, 100 Thieves had 39 in 5th place. So if TSM can get a 20, 30-point game, they can place top 5.
Yeah, they can, and they absolutely need it. Their best placement has been 3rd place. You can see the Beast of the Hunt activated right now. Luminosity forced to pop up that shield bat. Now look who's wrapping on the other side, who's going to be meeting up with Yanya. He needs some help. He needs Niesel to help cover him.
Yeah, Niesel with the double cars. Not going to be enough. He gets some damage in early, but he gets taken out. Oxygen's going to do it. TSM still on high ground, content watching all these fights ensue. With the high ground positioning, with the God spot, TSM well poised to win this game.
3 spots left. TSM, Oxygen, and FaZe playing on the inside. Imperial Hell gets taken down. A nice little sneaky play to get onto the high ground right here, but Reps wavers them off.
Unbelievable. FaZe tries to take it right from under their nose, and Reps turns around and says no. Doesn't miss a shot. Great shots come through from TSM, and FaZe gets denied. So Oxygen now, we're in the best position to stop TSM, and I think no one can.
Yeah, now the fact that FaZe is down a member, so is Oxygen. This is a 2v3 because they're going to get Hal right back up. They're going to have him reset. Slapdown gets the knock into Casellas here, and TSM now have all the green light to win this final game.
Too easy for TSM. They're going to do it. They're champions of game number 6. They needed this more than anything. They needed a spring into life, and they did exactly that. What a finish. this one. Yeah,
Nightmare
this,
is going crazy right now here too. They're also going to get the res, the gold knockdown. Reply Totem gets the knock here right underneath with E6. Reply Totem being able to take this high ground here too, Paula, is such a good spot. Although they are going to have to worry about the squad that's probably holding the high ground across the bridge, they're going to be able to hold this advantage with the Watson fences here too. So the Horizon Q is going to be able to go all the way up. You're going to have to worry about the gravity lift with some of these squads, but the Watson fences are going to be able to negate any sort of pressure for any of these squads that want to delete them from this building.
That's right. We missed the Alliance Valkyrie, but they found themselves in center map anyways. 2 members alive, though. Effect's going to have to do something insane. He gets knocked. Hockey's the IGL, the captain of this team, last alive. But guess what? It's IG taking the positioning from them. Effect got a knock on JMW. Nightmare was somehow able to res back to full. 7 squads remain, but IG will be taken out.
Oh, and you get the replicator for some natural cover. IG getting taken out is great news for Reply Totem because that was the squad that was holding the high ground on the other side of the bridge. The circle closing in right behind their back, so they have to exit eventually. They're going to get funneled out into the line of sight of the likes of Nightmare Esports playing underneath on the low ground.
6-8 picks up one in the kill feed as well. VZN still alive and fragging. They get 2 kills to their name. Sharp gonna have to do something insane. The Italian, what can he do? 20 HP left. Gets the shield swap. Yes, he does, and manages to maybe get the res as well. But there's too much chaos right now. Jazz still alive, but VZN is center map frying with 12 kills. They are picking up right where they left off last tournament. Vicky.
VZN popping up like you were talking about before. They needed to perform, and they're doing just that with Nags being on this roster. They clean up Reply Totem. This leaves 3 squads left. Alliance being only Hockey's the solo. Nightmare Esports versus VZN, and it's looking like VZN are trying to take this with open arms.
Talk about the way that they're doing it. They're untouched. Look at their health right now. Zane finally gets tagged up, but overall, VZN did that with relative ease, given how brutal the late game zone that was. I don't know how they pulled that off. What a game for VZN. We highlighted them perfectly. Their stock is rising. They're getting better and
oh, they get deleted here to FURIA Gaming, get annihilated. You heard them say it in the comms. We're going to get into it on it. It was the Fuse coming in. Fusey making his appearance from Fire Beavers as they now have taken the same rock that FURIA Gaming wanted to hold on to.
I think that's when the moments are like, we have to fight for this spot. It is going to be integral to our game success. You mentioned it, the Fuse coming in, the Arc Stars coming in, and they just inundated with ordnance. There was nothing they can do. Now the question is, Fire Beavers with the upper hand. You've got Horizon nestled onto a rock, and it looks like OJ might go onto Horizon himself. That they already know. They're like, hey, Nightmare Esports, we're not going to be able to go in and take that fortress. So you see all the presence from the Watson fence. So they're making their way, but they're going to get caught off from behind. But now LFO Forever going to be eliminated. So it's Nightmare Esports versus Fire Beavers here at the very end.
Yeah, that last straggler from LFO get deleted by Fire Beavers, and Fire Beavers have control over the entire side of the circle. Nightmare Esports, though, with another top 3 finish, looking to try to take control over Fire Beavers currently. It's Fire Beavers versus Nightmare Esports, and it's only up to 7 from Nightmare Esports to clutch things out.
Oh, look at that as you approach the double gold knockdown shield, looking for that enemy in your line of sight. They are going to be able to take that moment with that car SMG. Congrats to Nightmare Esports coming out on top here in map number 2.
Fire Beavers and Nightmare Esports with that 1v1.
Game Ward and LFO are fighting each other, so that's going to give them a chance for a full reset, Vicky. We have 3 squads remaining here in this last game on World's Edge. Game Ward is fully kitted out in Evo Shield. It's going to be a storyline finish. I can't wait to see who ends up on top.
Oh, and Aimbot's got that RE. Not too sure if he just used up all the ammo, actually. He saw that there were some swap-ups on the ground right below them. They also swapped up the golden helmet real quick. It's all about that priority and getting that information. Rocking full red Evos, obviously, in the late game to match that with their other squad, B2, behind the rocks. They're out of a lot of the fighting here, though, and the only thing separating Game Ward and LFO Forever is that big rock, as LFO is forced to drop down first. They're going to be sandwiched between these 2 squads.
Yeah, that's not the ideal scenario in a game of Apex. In a sandwich, you never want to be the meat. You always want to be the bread. Where's my man Hodsick? As we're watching Game Ward right now. Joke on high ground. Good V2, sorry. Joke on high ground right now. Getting some good shots in initially against VFO. Our last and only Bloodhound in this lobby is still alive. You like to see some of the old school comps still surviving as Bloodhound has been making an impact here for Game Ward. They're getting all the intel in this late game.
Look, as a Bloodhound main, I'm always happy to see that. Always happy to see a lot of that results coming in between the Bangalore and Bloodhound duo. And now as the Rolling Thunder comes in, you can see Game Ward are making their move onto V2.
That's right, wide right flank. They're actually going to ignore LFO in the middle, and that might cost him. Aimbot's going to get absolutely melted, but Psycop takes out his former teammate in Joke. 2v2 fight for the win. We talked about the Battle of France, and guess what? Game Ward is on top still, quite literally. High ground right now for YOLO. Needs the shield swap, needs it quick. He's going to get it, but they're in a 2v3. Wicked gets knocked. Are you kidding me, Game Ward?
Oh, LFO Forever has the RE 45, but it's not going to be enough. Game Ward move in and they take game number 3, our final game on World's Edge.
Are you kidding me? Game Ward.
To go ahead and dodge that, throws out the black hole, gonna go and find some damage. You have the RE45 in your hand, knocks VJ, both go down. It's just insane what just happened to them. And Aurora coming in to clean up the mess that they started. Fire Beaver's gonna fall, Scar's gonna fall, and it's all at the hands of Aurora, just dipping and diving in every bit of this fight.
Aurora's playing this so well. Ranches with the damage. Are you kidding me? They make it to top 3, 13 kills to their name and counting. Cleve and Mollywan, last 2 remaining, have to go big. They're fighting IG right now. Look at the shots from Cleve. He's not missing. Mollywan on Catalyst is going to be able to control the positioning right now and help them with map control. That is huge in their ability to stay alive, but IG will come out on top of that fight as Horizon is just going to creep their way in and take the easy win, at least in their eyes.
Yeah, they're looking to get in and clean up this fight, but I mean, Aurora, I believe, have 18 eliminations fall out. This is a moment where they want to stand out.
Yeah, they're playing insane. Such an impressive game. Someone VOD review this team from their point of view, because the way they played this map was to perfection. Edge fighting, yet finding themselves a great position. They're going to reset. So Horizon, a full team of 3. IG, I'm not sure if they're able to get the res. I doubt it. So I think 2 teams of 2, maybe even a Rat and JMW. Does Aurora sneak second here, Tiff?
I mean, if they just go silent over there, and I mean, it looks like they are going to, because Horizon set their sights onto IG International and are now looking over towards Aurora. So this is the moment, a 3v2 fight. Horizon having the clear health advantage is going to make that move into. And now the question is, can Aurora do enough damage onto Horizon in that push?
Yeah, another 2v3 here. Can they be heroic, much like we saw Game Ward last game? It's going to be a really tough one, though, because obviously Horizon's able to hit reset and get back to full. Here comes the ultimate. The wall's going to be placed here for Catalyst, but all 3 members of Horizon on the other side, and they say, it's okay. We can just sit here and chill. We don't need to make a move, but look at this finish. Oh, my God, the aerial view is beautiful. Welcome, Catalyst, to ALGS. This is one of the most unique finishes we've seen.
Yeah, Mollywan gonna take some severe damage, forced to hit a bat. Now Clevey trying to find an LOS on the other side of this. It's really going to be tough because Horizon's going to have their vision doomed. And now 2 go down. It's only Urban left standing for Horizon.
Urban in a 1v2, and some way, somehow, Aurora is going to win it. A 2 versus 3. The Catalyst wall is what secured them the win. Horizon tried pushing through it. The snare and stun and visual clutter is what ended up getting them killed. And Aurora clutches up a 2v3.
Just watch your swing. They're going to triple swing.
Crouch.
Crouch.
On this side of
They're going to fight.
Yeah.
They're going to fight.
Yeah,
We
late
can't.
next, late. Let them fight.
Let them fight. They have to fight on that side. Okay, they can swing.
Do you like my idea or no? We play this side of the fence. I don't know.
Yeah,
I do. I kill them.
They knocked one. Just play for the points. Play for the points.
Play for points.
They're
shooting top right now. Top is killed.
Okay,
we need to hold this and push left, okay? Can we go now? No. Aim left. They're above. I don't queue. No, I lied. On you,
Just stay on me, guys.
After
Shooting
that.
through the smoke. Cracked one.
Guys, can we play for kills here?
There's a
They
guy
want
there.
to munching them down. Kill them.
I've cracked him. I'm batting.
I cannot, bro. All you.
No, bro.
It's fine. Good shit.
Let them talk about it at the very end. 3 squads left and Dex Gaming get wiped out. Aurora is left here, but it's only down to 1. It's Nightmare Esports that take another win under their belt. After winning game number 2, they now take game number 5 on Storm Point.
There it is, Aurora. 3 games, top 2. Consistency and placement is the name of the game for them. So taking a look here. As we have Dazo on high ground. Playing with Sonya and Rugby, a big roster change. Picking up Dazo again, that's huge. First time ever, CHMK, former squad, Navi, has actually played with an UK or Western European player. So that's a big decision. Will that decision pay off for them? Will they show some incremental improvement here in this lobby, in this game? That's what you're currently watching. Dazo, Sonya, and Rugby on high ground. We got Horizon below them, Totem nearby, Game Ward on the outskirts, and one lone member of LFO ratting. It's Light trying to secure a top 2 finish and some placement points.
Yeah, it's going to be the Crypto. Like, he could try to grief them. I heard a Crypto drone get deleted right before this fight, but here they go as they try to take to the skies. Game Ward has them all in their line of sight. Navi getting absolutely deleted. That black hole pulling Rugby in. He's forced to drop from the high ground here. Huge arcs are coming in as Totem also finds some of these frames.
We didn't see it entirely, but it was going to be, I think, Reply Totem who pushed him. Psychop did it at the same exact time, and guess who's going to take control? We predicted it like foreshadowing. It was Game Ward with high ground control and the opportunity to win this game. They are single-handedly bullying their way to winning in this lobby and going huge in game number 6.
EMP after EMP, though, you get the first crypto drone deleted, and Game Ward see that it's just one rat on the bottom, but Game Ward are not going to give up this high ground. They don't have the ability to easily get onto the high ground after utilizing that gravity lift from YOLO here from Game Ward, but Horizon are still playing off the low ground. If they drop down, they're going to be put into the line of sight of Horizon.
3 squads left. One of them is a rat. It'll be a 3v3v1. The rat is called out. He'll get taken out momentarily. It's light. See you later. Oh, the team firing is there, and LFO is out. So it all comes down to Horizon versus Game Ward. We know how good Game Ward are in these 3v3 fights. We know that Horizon is not a fighting team. They're more of a placement team. They have crypto to their name. By team composition, based on the situation, you got to think this is Game Ward's game.
There was one more rat. It's actually going to be Rugby from Navi. He got it to the high ground. He's taking a nice little cheeky angle. He needs to drop from the high ground, though, and the circle's taking too much damage. Game Ward are your other winners after taking game number 3. They take another game to their name, game number 6.